everyone, and welcome to the latest Tempo Strategy Wild Meta Snapshot breakdown for Madness at the Darkmoon Faire. We're now square in the middle of the Darkmoon Faire expansion cycle, and the Wild meta is almost completely settled in. We have 3 decks to beat that are sitting in Tier 1 and rule the format with an Iron Fist Secret Mage, with its oppressive secrets package and snowballing board presence, Reno Priest with its powerful Highlander cards and inevitable win condition, and Darkglare Warlock with its swarm of massive minions that can finish the game in the blink of an eye. Can anything stand up to these 3 meta tyrants? The answer is yes, and we will have a robust list of Tier 2 decks that can certainly hold their own. Come join our Wild Meta experts as we break down the format's latest trends. As always, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Strategy YouTube channel and ring the bell to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. Now let's get started with the fastest growing top tier deck in terms of meta representation, and that's Secret Mage. After the nerf to Voracious Reader that knocked aggro Druid out of the top tiers, the Wild Ladder Smork populace has fully embraced Secret Mage and made it the wild aggro deck to beat. Secret Mage has everything you could ask for: efficient minions that snowball to the board quickly, over-the-top burn damage, and disruptive secrets and AoE removal that can stifle opposing aggro decks and combo decks alike. Darkmoon Faire added new sources of draw power that ensures Secret Mage almost never runs out of resources, and its relentless pressure is so challenging to deal with that many players are resorting to anti-secret tech in order to survive. Secret Mage is so popular that it has a massive target on its back, but it's so strong that it's not likely to be hated out of the meta anytime soon. Our next Tier 1 deck is Reno Priest, which has been in a dominating position in Wild for 2 expansions now and shows no signs of stopping even in the face of Secret Mage and Darkglare Warlock. Reno Priest's greatest strength in the meta is its ability to shut down almost any opponent with its wide range of removal and flexible Highlander minions package, all of which holds the opponent at bay long enough for the Raza Anduin combo to seal the deal. The latter's obsession with Secret Mage is a good thing for Reno Priest, since Secret Mage is a favorite opponent and anti-secret tech cards are useless against Priest. With fewer hate cards against Reno Priest on the ladder in general, Reno Priest is in an excellent spot and it's arguably the strongest deck in the meta overall. Our final Tier 1 deck is Darkglare Warlock, which remains a heavy favorite for many players in Top Legend thanks to its explosive board building power that's difficult for other decks to interact with. Darkglare Warlock freely trades health to draw extra cards and generate extra mana, with the end goal of playing discounted giants to build a massive board relatively early in the game. It's possible to play out the giants and lock opponents out as early as turn 4, and with Animated Broomstick to help recover the board and Loatheb to shut down removal, Darkglare has the tools to dominate almost any opponent. Of all the Tier 1 decks, Darkglare Warlock is arguably the most difficult to play well, especially considering its relatively poor matchup against Secret Mage, but in the hands of an expert, Darkglare Warlock's speed and power are unmatched. Our spread of Tier 1 decks are among the most dominant decks in the history of the game, but Wild still has quite a few other powerful strategies that are capable of climbing the ladder to Legend and beyond. Let's take a look at a few standout Tier 2 decks that are more than holding their own in the Darkmoon Faire meta. Odd Paladin stands at the top of Tier 2 with its relentless board building prowess, fueled by Baku the Moon Eater's upgraded hero power. With an endless supply of tokens and an overwhelming number of buffs, Odd Paladin's army grows out of control quickly, and with its own set of spell jamming secrets, Odd Paladin can protect its legions in order to potentially finish its opponents off with Quartermaster on turn 5. In terms of power and consistency, Odd Paladin is still an excellent pick, but it can struggle against decks that are packing tons of AoE removal, like Secret Mage and Reno Priest. Kingsbane Rogue is another classic aggressive deck that's doing well in the Darkmoon Faire meta with some caveats. The deck is packed with card draw and a fast pirate package that allows it to hit the board quickly and develop its namesake weapon to massive proportions. Kingsbane's strength is its ability to close the game even if it can't get its minions to stick, but it can still be stifled by taunts and weapon removal, and it can easily fall behind in the race against Secret Mage if it falls too far behind on the board. In a similar vein, we have Pirate Warrior, which can quickly mount relentless pressure with its fast pirate package and ever-growing weapons. Since its board development is faster and wider than Kingsbane, it usually dominates the board against other aggro decks and threatens lethal faster against combo and control, but since it's more susceptible to AoE removal, Pirate Warrior is a bit more of a glass cannon compared to the other aggro decks in Tier 2. Even so, it's fast enough to boast a strong matchup against Secret Mage. Altogether, each of the aggro decks we've showcased here have their strengths and their weaknesses, and they all have a positive matchup spread against the meta at large, even if they're not necessarily as strong as the decks in Tier 1. Now let's talk about the other big deck you're bound to see frequently on the ladder, and we do mean big literally. Big Priest is still a very popular deck, and with all of its upgrades from the last expansion, its power level earns it a spot among the best of the rest in in Tier 2. Big Priest is very hard to compete with if you're trying to play fair in Wild, since its endless army of gargantuan taunts can shut down attacking strategies and overwhelm defensive ones without much resistance once it gets its engine going. The trouble is, it can take a while for Big Priest to start that engine, and with such a passive early game, it can quickly fall to the high power level of Tier 1 strategies. Even so, if you're trying to climb by playing an off-meta strategy, Big Priest will be your nemesis. So now that we've seen the decks to beat, is there any strategy that can take advantage of the trends? Well, you may have noticed an abundance of aggro decks with Secret Mage leading the pack, so you might have already guessed that Anti-aggro is the way to go. Odd Warrior is the king of the anti-aggro decks, and with its never-ending supply of armor gain and removal, it's our pick for the best deck to fight back against Secret Mage in particular. Who needs secret removal when your cards and hero power can nullify all of your opponent's threats? Just keep Counterspell in mind when you're planning on how to use your removal spells, and you'll be able to keep the board empty and tank up well beyond the range of their fireballs. This approach works well against other aggro decks too, but what about the rest of the top tiers? Well, you'll do fine against Darkglare Warlock as long as you can stay healthy and have Lord Barov ready to counter their Lotheb swing turn. The toughest matchups are against decks with big recurring threats like Cube Warlock and Big Priest, but if you can dodge these matchups, you'll be in a great spot to farm Secret Mages as you tank up and rank up. Overall, the Darkmoon Faire meta is mostly settled, and the top 3 decks in Tier 1 aren't likely to be unseated anytime soon. With Secret Mage, Reno Priest, and Darkglare Warlock all applying oppressive pressure to the meta, we're definitely looking forward to some shakeups that are hopefully coming soon with the mid-season mini expansion. Want to know more about how to attack the meta? Be sure to check out the full meta report on our website for all the details, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone YouTube content. Thanks for watching!